The economy is collapsing. Money is losing its value daily and people are panicking. Hey guys, welcome back to Anti-Hedge. Today we're going to be talking about recessions and what they mean for the global economy and everyone involved with it. If you like this kind of content, you should subscribe to our channel and stay up to date with all the crypto information as it's happening. But one thing I do got to say is this is not financial advice, and everything here is strictly for news and research purposes. Now, this recession is going to be much more severe than any other recession that we've experienced as a whole. And I'm going to get into that shortly, but first I would like to explain what a recession is. And in a nutshell, by a technical term, it is the contraction of our GDP. So basically what that means, in very simple terms, is that there's less growth in our economy. So the contraction of our growth in the economy is going to result in less GDP, which is gross domestic product, which is total money being valued in the economy. Now, what this basically results in is less luxury goods, less money to be able to afford the little extras that we become basically accustomed to, the creature comforts. And this results in less spending in the economy, which basically ties together the contraction of our economy. That's what a recession is in a nutshell. Now I'm going to explain to you why this one is going to be the most severe one. I don't know if you guys know the game Kick the Can. The whole point of that game is basically you kick the can down the road, and then when you catch up to it, you kick it again. Well, in 2008, they played the game of Kick the Can with the economy. And when the meltdown happened, they basically printed a lot of money and kicked the can down the line. But the issue is that in 2019, 2020, we caught up with that can. And that's why this recession is going to be much worse. And you could tell by the severity, considering that we've printed 80% of the money supply in the last few years. This contraction is going to cause more inflation as well as less supplies and goods in the shelves of stores. So to prepare for the worst, we're going to start by saying step one, start buying food. Food never goes out of style. Rice, beans, oils, non-perishables, things that are going to go up in price inevitably are things that you should start stacking in your house. At the end of the day, investments are great, but if you don't have food, you can't invest. You're not going to be able to survive long enough to invest. After that, you're going to want to get other things like cleaning supplies and general things that you're going to need in your home. Get that out of the way, whatever you're going to need. That way, your non-perishables are covered, and whatever you need in your home day to day has been bought up in bulk, so that way you don't have to worry about buying them later when the price of the goods have inflated and your wages have stayed stagnant. So now we've covered the base there. Food, water, non-perishables, and things that you're going to need around the house in your daily. That's your step one. Step two is cash on hand. Very important. Reason being, 90% of currency is virtual, meaning that this $100 bill being cash in my hand means that it's physically in my pocket. But 90% of bank notes and money are on a virtual system in the bank, meaning that if you, let's say hypothetically there's an economic crisis, which has happened to Greece, where people have money in their bank account, but they're only allowed to pull out 20 euros a day, for example. This allows you to have your cash on hand, because if there is a situation where the economy goes through a serious crisis, more severe than what they're saying, just a recession, that means that your Visa card and all these cards, these taps and these mechanisms, they're not going to work. It's going to be one of those things where cash is going to be what you have on hand, and that could actually help you navigate. Cash like this is going to help you navigate through this crisis in the short term if you need it. Because the first thing that goes in a financial crisis will be likely your card. And if they freeze accounts and your money's in the bank and no one can pull out their money, you're going to be happy that you had some cash on hand. So now we've covered cash. Step three in this process, tangible assets. It's important for you to get your hand on tangible assets like gold, silver, and Bitcoin, as well as, if you have property and stores of value / collectibles. Now, the reason being, if currency does collapse, which has happened, fiat has gone to zero before, gold and silver will likely be always in style. You could always get bread and stuff with those things. It's worked for thousands of years. It's the money of kings. It's not going anywhere. Or rather, gold is the money of kings and silver is the money of gentlemen. And the good thing about these things is that having a lot of silver could get you by in your day-to-day, and having gold could protect your value. So it's important to have some of that in a recession or an economic collapse. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would you consider Bitcoin a tangible asset? It's digital. Well, the reason being is that you have ownership over it. The fact that you have it in your own Bitcoin wallet gives you ownership over that Bitcoin. No one has control over that Bitcoin except you. And if fiat does go and Bitcoin is the last remaining system standing, don't be surprised if people start using it as a medium of exchange or barter in the new world. The next thing I said was collectibles, stores of value. Those things like baseball cards, things that are very rare, signed things, those things will always be in value to some degree. If you have them already, keep them. If you see things that are worth having, take them. But I will say this, ironically, your Charizard card will retain its value better than $1 in the course of 10 years. Now, I know this is gonna sound very scary, but it's also very real. And within all reality, there's always opportunity. So I've given you the anti-hedge guide of how to navigate a recession. And one thing that I wanted to add is that just because things are down, it doesn't necessarily mean the economy is going to be finished. But this would be a good time to consider a DCA into your favorite projects that have good fundamentals. Just because the economy is down doesn't mean that the fundamentals have changed on a lot of these projects. They're still good projects. The only reason things are tanking is because the economy is suffering. Everything is suffering. Crypto is no different. But would you rather be buying things at 50% discount or buying things when they're 100% up? Take that with you when you're going through this recession, guys. If you guys enjoyed this style of recording, we're trying out new ways of recording to be more engaging with you guys so that it's a more entertaining video to watch. If you have any suggestions that you would like to throw our way, don't feel shy to leave them in the comments. We do this for the community, and we want our community to be happy with the content that we're providing. And don't be surprised if we're putting out less content for a higher quality of content for the time being. Thank you so much for following us through our journey, guys. We really appreciate you. Have a great day.